Chess, a game with mysterious origins stretching back over 1,500 years, stands as one of the world's oldest and most enduring pastimes. Today, it boasts a staggering worldwide following, with well over 500 million people playing regularly. What sets chess apart is its pure reliance on skill. Unlike games that involve chance, there are no dice rolls or random events. Every move, every outcome, is dictated solely by the player's strategy. Victory comes through intellect, foresight, and tactical mastery, making it the ultimate contest of minds. But beyond its depth and strategy lies a history filled with intrigue, unexpected twists, and remarkable moments. Join us as we uncover 15 of the most fascinating and surprising facts from the story of this timeless game. Long before chess became a two-player battle of strategy, it was played as a four-player war game in ancient India. The original version, known as Chaturanga, was created around the 6th century AD and featured pieces representing different divisions of an army: infantry, cavalry, elephants, and chariots. Each player controlled one faction, and alliances were often formed before being betrayed in pursuit of victory. Unlike modern chess, where every move is carefully planned, this version introduced an element of unpredictability, as three opponents could turn against a single player. As the game spread, it evolved into a two-player version, which eventually led to modern chess. The transition likely occurred when the game reached Persia, where it was renamed Shatranj and refined with new rules. Over centuries, the game continued to change, but its origins as a chaotic four-player battle remain one of the most fascinating aspects of chess history. In certain historical variants of chess, an additional piece existed that had a unique ability. It could jump over other pieces like a knight. One such piece was called the courier, featured in courier chess, a medieval German variant played as early as the 12th century. The courier moved similarly to a modern bishop, but had the added ability to jump like a knight, making it a powerful and unpredictable piece on the board. This version of chess remained popular for centuries and was even depicted in a famous 1508 painting by Lucas van Leyden. Other historical chess variants experimented with jumping pieces, including the camel, which moved in an elongated knight-like pattern, and the alfil, an early precursor to the bishop that could leap 2 squares diagonally. Over time, these extra pieces disappeared as chess evolved into the modern game, but their existence shows how chess has undergone significant changes throughout its long history. The modern chess pieces, pawn, knight, bishop, rook, queen, and king, were standardized in the mid-19th century, but before that, chess pieces had wildly different designs depending on the region. Early Indian sets featured elephants instead of bishops, while Islamic versions used abstract carvings instead of human figures due to religious restrictions. In medieval Europe, some sets had siege towers for rooks and warriors instead of pawns. The design we use today, known as the Staunton set, was introduced in 1849 and became the official standard. Its clear, recognizable shapes were created to reduce confusion during games, especially in tournaments. Before this, chess pieces varied so much that players often struggled to identify them in foreign countries. The Staunton design ensured uniformity across all competitions, allowing chess to evolve into the highly structured and internationally recognized game it is today. In 1831, a collection of intricately carved chess pieces was unearthed on the Isle of Lewis, Scotland. These artifacts, now known as the Lewis chessmen, date back to the 12th century and were likely created in Norway. The set includes kings, queens, knights, bishops and pawns, all sculpted from walrus ivory and whale teeth. Their detailed expressions and distinct medieval design suggest they were used by the Vikings, proving chess had reached Northern Europe much earlier than previously thought. What makes this discovery remarkable is how well preserved the pieces are. They closely resemble modern chess pieces, reinforcing how little the game's fundamentals have changed. The set was likely owned by a wealthy trader or noble, emphasizing chess's status as a game of the elite. Today, most of the pieces are displayed in the British Museum, while a few are housed in the National Museum of Scotland. The earliest known chess book, Repetición de Amores y Arte de Ajedrez, was written by Luis Ramírez de Lucena in 1497. It contained the first recorded chess strategies, including opening principles, tactical patterns, and positional ideas. Lucena's work marked a turning point in the game's history, as it transformed chess from an oral tradition into a documented science. Many of the ideas in his book are still relevant today, making it an invaluable resource for understanding the evolution of strategy. One of the most famous openings, the Lucena position, is named after him, demonstrating the lasting impact of his analysis. While the book is centuries old, many of its core concepts remain essential for modern players. It set the foundation for countless future chess books, influencing generations of strategists. This work proves that even in the 15th century, chess was already considered a game of deep intellectual study. During the 13th century, chess was condemned by several religious authorities who claimed it led to moral corruption. The game was associated with gambling, idleness, and even violence, as disputes over games sometimes turned into physical fights. Some rulers, including King Louis IX of France, went as far as banning chess in their kingdoms, believing it distracted knights from their duties. Despite these restrictions, chess continued to spread, played in secret among the nobility and scholars. Over time, attitudes changed, and by the 15th century, chess was embraced as a game of intellectual refinement rather than vice. Ironically, the very institutions that once opposed chess later promoted it, with monasteries using it to train monks in strategic thinking. This shift from banned game to intellectual pursuit illustrates how perceptions of chess have evolved throughout history. In 1475, the Spanish city of Valencia and the Moors were on the brink of war. Rather than engaging in a bloody conflict, leaders from both sides agreed to settle the dispute with a single game of chess. The match was played between two appointed champions, each representing their faction, under the agreement that the winner's side would dictate the terms of peace. This extraordinary decision turned chess from a game of strategy into a life-or-death negotiation tool. The result of the match remains uncertain, but records indicate that Valencia retained its independence, suggesting that the Spanish side emerged victorious. This rare historical event demonstrates how chess has been viewed not just as a pastime, but as a symbol of intellect, diplomacy, and power. Few games in history have carried such high stakes, proving that chess has influenced not only minds, but the fate of entire nations. The first international chess tournament, held in London in 1851, was meant to showcase the best players of the era, but behind the scenes, allegations of match-fixing and manipulation surfaced. The tournament's organizer, Howard Staunton, was a well-known English chess master who allegedly used underhanded tactics to secure an advantage for himself. Reports suggest he bribed weaker players to eliminate his biggest rivals, ensuring an easier path to victory. Despite these efforts, Staunton's plan backfired. The tournament was won by Adolf Anderssen, a German player who demonstrated aggressive and tactical brilliance, earning him the title of the strongest chess player of the time. This early instance of cheating in competitive chess set a precedent for the controversies that would follow in later decades. Today, strict anti-cheating measures are in place, but the 1851 tournament remains a cautionary tale of how corruption once infiltrated the game. Long before artificial intelligence became a serious chess competitor, a Spanish engineer named Leonardo Torres Quevedo built one of the first mechanical chess-playing machines in 1912. Called El Ajedrecista, the chess player. It was an automated device capable of playing a king and a rook versus a king endgame with no human intervention. Unlike modern computers, which rely on software algorithms, this early machine functioned entirely through mechanical gears and levers. El Ajedrecista was groundbreaking because it could play independently without a human operator, proving that machines could analyze and execute moves without direct input. At the time, this was seen as a technological marvel, foreshadowing the rise of chess engines like Deep Blue and Stockfish. Though rudimentary compared to today's AI, it marked the first step toward computers competing against human minds, setting the stage for future advancements in chess technology. During World War II, British intelligence agencies used chess notation as a way to encrypt messages and relay critical information. The system worked by embedding military orders within standard algebraic chess notation, making it appear as if spies were simply recording chess moves. This method was difficult to decipher for anyone unfamiliar with the hidden meanings behind each move. It became particularly useful for communicating troop movements, battle strategies, and classified orders without raising suspicion. Chess wasn't just used for coded messages, it also played a role in the training of military strategists. The game's emphasis on calculated risk, sacrifice, and positional play made it a natural tool for teaching battle tactics. Many intelligence officers were encouraged to play chess regularly to sharpen their strategic thinking. The game's presence in wartime intelligence highlights how chess has long been associated with tactical mastery beyond the board. Napoleon Bonaparte, the military genius who reshaped Europe through war, was also a devoted chess player. While his strategic brilliance on the battlefield was undeniable, his chess skills were surprisingly mediocre. His recorded games reveal a tendency for reckless attacks rather than calculated positional play. Some historians speculate he viewed chess as a form of mental training, but his aggressive style often led to quick defeats against more experienced opponents. Despite this, he remained passionate about the game, reportedly playing during his military campaigns and even in exile on St. Helena. One of Napoleon's personal chess sets, made from silver and ivory, still exists today. It was discovered alongside his belongings after his exile and remains a fascinating relic of his non-military tactics. The set is housed in Les Invalides, the same Parisian complex where his tomb lies, serving as a unique link between his strategic mind and his love for chess. The longest chess game ever recorded took place in Belgrade in 1989 between Ivan Nikolic and Goran Arsovic. The game lasted an exhausting 20 hours and 15 minutes, stretching across 269 moves before ending in a draw. Despite both players fighting for a decisive victory, neither could break through, making it a legendary display of endurance, concentration, and patience. What makes this game even more astonishing is that it happened before digital chess clocks, meaning both players had to manually track their time. Today, with modern time controls, such an extended game would be nearly impossible. This historic match remains a reminder of how chess is not just about quick tactics, but also long-term resilience. The sheer determination required to sustain focus for over 20 hours highlights why chess is one of the most mentally demanding games in existence. The quickest possible checkmate in chess is known as fool's mate, and it can happen in just 2 moves. It occurs when white moves their pawn to f3, black responds by advancing their pawn to e5, white pushes another pawn to g4, and black delivers checkmate by moving their queen to h4, leaving white's king completely exposed with no escape. This sequence leaves white's king completely exposed, ending the game before it even begins. Fool's mate is only seen among beginners, as even casual players quickly learn to control the center and protect their king. Despite its rarity in serious games, it remains a well-known example of how a careless start can lead to instant defeat. Chess enthusiasts often use it to demonstrate the importance of opening principles, such as developing pieces and maintaining king safety. While chess games usually last dozens or even hundreds of moves, Fool's Mate stands as a reminder that one bad decision can end everything immediately. In the early 20th century, a chess club in Paris organized an unusual exhibition match where a trained monkey named Jacko was entered as a participant. The event was intended as a light-hearted spectacle, but Jacko surprised everyone by making legitimate moves. The monkey had been trained to recognize certain patterns and was able to follow basic chess rules, leading to an entertaining yet bizarre match. Jacko even managed to win a few opening exchanges before ultimately being disqualified for knocking over the pieces. While the game itself was not serious, it sparked curiosity about whether animals could learn strategic behavior. Though no primate has come close to mastering chess, Jacko's brief moment in the spotlight remains one of the strangest incidents in chess history, proving that unpredictable things can happen even in the most structured of games. In 2013, world chess champion Magnus Carlsen amazed the chess world by simultaneously taking on 10 of the best chess-playing lawyers in the world, while completely blindfolded. Unable to see the boards, he relied entirely on his memory and calculation, keeping track of 320 pieces across 10 games without a single glance. This extraordinary challenge required him to visualize every move in real time, recalling each position with perfect accuracy. Despite the immense difficulty, Carlsen not only held his own, but won all 10 games, proving why he is considered one of the greatest minds in chess history. Blindfold chess is a rare skill, even among grandmasters, as it demands an exceptional ability to memorize multiple positions while predicting an opponent's strategy. Carlsen's performance demonstrated a level of concentration and mental endurance that few have ever achieved. This legendary display solidified his reputation as one of the greatest chess players in history, showcasing the sheer brilliance that defines his chess mastery. Thank you for watching. Do you know any other fascinating facts about the history of chess? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss more incredible facts and untold history.